What's up, oddballs? Welcome back to The Oddity Shop, the podcast where we tell you creepy, odd, weird, strange, and bizarre stories from around the globe. I am your curator, Zachary, sitting here with the other precious, fragile, not fragile, I don't know why that one. What else goes with precious? Fantastic Curator Kara.
Hello.
Hi. I don't know why fragile just came out. It's just precious and fragile seem to go together, but that's not right. You are not.
No, I'm not fragile.
How are you?
I don't know if I'm precious, though, either.
To me, you are.
Thank you. I am fabulous. We are, February 19th, but it was just my birthday in real life, so I'm old.
How was your birthday? Was it everything you wanted and more?
I sat on my couch all day and did nothing, which is what I wanted. I did go out to dinner the night before with my brother and sister-in-law and my niece and nephew, and that was fun.
Nice.
Just a nice little dinner.
Where'd you guys go?
Drink. Irene's.
Oh, no, I knew that. I don't know why I asked.
Yeah. And so, oh my God, you know Estelle's, the little speakeasy? They closed.
I'm not too surprised. There's never too many people in there.
Well, because it was a bad location, but they closed because the owner of the building wouldn't fix the leak. So I think they were losing business. So I'm hoping that they open up somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe get a new location. It was like in a strip mall. It was kind of a bad place for a speakeasy.
Yeah, it was terrible. And it was just not, it was like by a Kroger.
Okay, well, while you were having your birthday party, I was having a party of another kind. I am just going to caveat this with I am such a nerd. But the other night we went over for game night with friends. It was really fun. We had a couple drinks, but had to go home early because the weather was getting bad. So I got home, and as I do, I was playing some RuneScape. I was having some beers, and I decided, you know what you can do in RuneScape? You can throw a house party. I'm going to throw my first house party. I'm buzzed. It was great. Met some really cool friends. Everyone was being really social. And it came up that I had the podcast. I tell you what, dude, people were like, tell me the good episodes, like this, that. We got like 100 downloads overnight. And I'm telling you this because then the next day, one of the people reached out to me in the game and was like, I listened to the Roswell episode. It was really well researched. I just have to tell you, I'm an aerospace engineer, and I think I can answer some of the questions you guys had.
Wait, what questions do we have?
So remember when we were talking about whether it was alien bodies or dummies from a crash test that were found at?
Yes.
So they were telling me that they use rubber dummies during crash tests. However, they are smaller than humans because rubber is more dense than human.
Which makes sense.
So they need to make them smaller for them to reach the same terminal velocity is the word that they used.
Wow.
But then told us that it was well researched and gave us 5 stars on Spotify. So shout out for the review.
That's so fun.
I know, it was really cute. So it's been funny. So I've been playing the game throughout the week a little bit, and 3 or 4 people have messaged me about it. I'm like, I need to have more RuneScape house parties. We found a new marketing niche here.
Well, you also just found new little friends to talk to.
Yeah, it was fun.
My hair is not hairing. Sorry.
It's okay. Fix your hair real quick. You should have just worn a wig for this episode.
I could grab one from my skeleton right there.
Oh my God, no. That's okay. It's going to take too long.
Yeah, every time I wear my hair down, listeners, sorry. Every time I wear my hair down and I put these headphones on, I look crazy. My hair just looks stupid. And then for our clips, I'm like, I look crazy. But also, I don't even care.
You always look a little crazy. It's fine.
I know.
But you always look cute too.
Thank you.
Okay. While we're talking about you two, everybody, it is only 2 weeks since Kara's surgery, so you should all reach out and send her kind words, because I'm sure in future time when you're listening to this, she is feeling like poop. So send her some love.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, February 5th is my surgery. I know we've kind of briefly talked about it, but I don't know if I fully said exactly what I'm doing. I have 2 surgeons. I'm getting a full hysterectomy. My cervix, my ovary is completely removed. And then I have a surgeon that is operating on my bowels to remove as much endometriosis as they can. Please do not come to me in the comments telling me that a hysterectomy does not cure endometriosis, because I absolutely know this. I also have adenomyosis as well, which is in the uterus. So thank you. But I just want to cover that right now.
Cover it and get it all out.
I know I'll get it. And I understand why I'll get it. But I just want to preface that. Anyway, I also added multiple more symptoms to endometriosis that I didn't realize. And I'll share. That's what I'll share very quick.
Okay.
Remember when I went to the doctor for my hand?
Yes.
Because I have that
the joint thing, right? Yeah.
That's endometriosis.
I think you were telling me that.
Okay. Remember how my jaw's been locked since September?
Yes.
You can get endometriosis in the mouth and that actually locks your jaw.
Perfect.
And then you know how I keep getting pink eye? I forgot to tell you that after I got it on Black Friday, I got it the first 2 days into January. I didn't even get to tell you that.
Getting pink eye on Black Friday, who do you think you are? Me?
I know. But I also got it in January. I didn't even tell you that because it was like not even worth it. But it's not really pink eye. And every time I go, they just give me stuff. But I realized that you can get endometriosis behind your eyes.
Oh, cute. That's fun.
So I unlocked, though, a bunch of other things that, you know.
You've unlocked. You've leveled up in endometriosis.
So if anybody does, though, have questions about endometriosis and the things that it causes or affects, DM me. It's totally fine. Don't DM me on Oddity Shop. DM me personally because Zach doesn't want to get all that shit.
I mean, you guys could talk about it. It's not that I don't want to. I just will have.
Well, it's just easier though because it's
have
for
some
me. So just DM me. Yeah.
Okay, I have one other thing to tell you that we didn't talk about on here. You may have seen the video, but we have to give a huge shout out to Brent and Mandy from Creepy Crates for sending us the little like care package that they did. You may have seen my unboxing video, but they sent us some sweaters and some goodies like bracelets and stickers and stuff. They are the kindest people. You should go check them out.
I started watching your unboxing because you did an unboxing, which is so cute. But then I stopped because I'm like, I kind of want to be surprised with what they gave.
Perfect. So Kara will see it this weekend because I'm finally going to see you.
They're just the sweetest humans.
Oh, we haven't even touched on how sweet they are yet because what I haven't told you is I put in an order for a music box this week with Brent.
Okay, because you told me you wanted to.
Yes. And I haven't talked about this on the podcast yet, but over December, I did lose my little baby bearded dragon who has been my buddy for over 10 years. I miss him every day.
Stop.
But part of when he passed, they did a digital paw print of his. So he's going to engrave Reptar's paw onto the music box.
You need to get that tattooed.
Oh, maybe. We'll see. So anyways, though, Reptar will be with us in all of our future ghost hunts. He's working on that for me right now, and he can do custom songs. So I picked my favorite creepy song from Rose Red that sometimes would play in Eloise.
Nice.
Yes. So
I have goosebumps and I want to cry. That is like so precious because I know you were like, hey, what if we like, would that be cool? And I'm like, yeah,
I can at least talk about him now without crying. You not so much apparently, but
I know I
have a whole little shrine set up for him over here. But yeah, I do miss my little buddy.
He was just such a good little friend.
I don't have to remember to remove the crickets when we record anymore. Okay, don't get sad. Kara's getting sad. She has to do a whole episode. We've talked enough. Take a breather and then let's get into it.
Why would you do this to me? That's my little nephew. I love him so much.
Was your
oh God, I
nephew?
Can't. No, he still is.
I know. I just have to make jokes because I do. They gave me a coaster with his print on it.
That's precious.
I know.
Okay. Sorry, everybody.
She's gathered herself. We're ready to open the shop.
I've gathered myself enough, I think. Okay. So I have a question, but it's not like a question if this makes sense. So when you hear the statement, the world doesn't understand me, how does that resonate with you? Like, how do you feel? And it can be just quick, like nothing crazy.
I feel like everybody goes through that at some point, like especially in your teenage years, right? Like it's so easy, especially I'll say this too, with as much technology as there is to make us social, we are far less social than we used to be. And I feel like this is a feeling that's like on the rise. That's my condensed version of that answer.
Perfect. Okay. What about the statement, power comes from dominance?
Ooh, that doesn't give a positive feeling.
Okay. So what about silence comes from fear?
I could see that, but I would also argue that silence can be really powerful, especially with me, whose mouth has gotten me in trouble a lot.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Zach, are you running low on spiritual supplies?
Hey, Kara, are you looking for a place with handmade items?
Yeah, we should probably go to Mystic Moons.
Oh, our buddies?
Yeah.
They make the most wonderful hand-dipped incense with over 24 scents, and we've smelled absolutely every single one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you might just be looking for a hand-strung bracelet made with only the best intentions.
And not only do they have the best intentions, they have 4 strings each, and they last forever, which I would know because I've broken every bracelet you've made for me and not theirs.
Oops. Well, they also have simmer pots for every occasion, like San to Yule.
And don't forget, Melinda is also a medium and a tarot card reader who's given us amazing readings. So she's ready to help us or you connect with past loved ones and get to know insights into your world.
My spirit animal is a camel. Thanks, Melinda. Anyway, so look for Mystic Moons on Facebook or Etsy, and then you can restock all your spiritual supplies.
Oh, be sure to check them out at www.etsy.com/shop/mysticmoonsllc.
Or at Mystic Moons on Facebook. They're all over our socials, so I'm sure you'll find them.
So go get some goodies. Okay, Kara, goodbye.
Bye. Fair enough. Those are just little quick statements I wanted to set off our...
I have no idea where this is going.
When we're talking evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're listening, we're talking about the Anthill Kids. Have you heard?
I have heard only because my cousin has told me, or my cousin's kid, Grace has told me to cover this one, but I have not yet. It's been on my list. I looked at it for about 12 seconds. I didn't get into it enough, though, so I'm pretty fresh.
Grace, I got you, girl. All right. So before we can really get into the Anthill Kids, we need to talk about Roch. And okay, so here's the thing. In French, it's like Roch. In the United States, it's like rock.
Okay.
But it's ROCH. So I'm just going to say Roch.
Okay.
And we're just going to all carry on.
Carry on.
Roch Thériault. Okay, we got to talk about him first.
Okay, let's talk about him.
Roch Thériault was born on May 16th, 1947 in Quebec.
Okay.
Quebec. Okay, I should have just left it at Quebec. So it was a working class region known for forestry, mining, and hard labor. Okay. His childhood, though, was not safe. Father was violent and abusive, and he grew up in an environment where fear and control were normal.
That makes for well-adjusted adults.
Yes, but I also think that it really just depends on how you take that statement, because any sort of like punishment is like kind of fear-based, right?
True.
Like even in our work, our jobs, like don't hit quota, you can get written up. That's
negative
just like,
reinforcement is the strongest modification of behavior. That's the smartest thing I'll say, sir.
So it's like, I feel like we kind of all grow up that way. It just depends on how you take it or how bad it is, I guess you could say.
Right.
So there are reports that Roch suffered multiple head injuries as a child, and that's a completely different thing. That's not, this is like from accidents, beatings, instability, and like, while that never like excuses anything, what he became, like, it doesn't excuse anything in his future, I should say, but it does come up a lot. Like,
it's important to know how you get somewhere.
Yeah. And it kind of like psychologists try to like, they're like, well, does this like make sense for his behavior in later life? But we've talked about this so many times. Like, that's a little bit different though, because that's like head injuries are like, they do wild things to you.
Yeah.
But like abuse and like neglect and things like that, like that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a bad person.
It can be a contributing factor, and
Correct.
You have a higher likelihood of...
Correct. Okay. As a kid, Roch didn't have consistent structure, but he did learn something very early in his life.
Ooh.
And it was power came from dominance and silence came from fear. And so he kind of learned how to survive by watching the adults around him, as we all do. And so by his teenage years, he was already drifting. He struggled in school, had trouble focusing, and he couldn't hold on to like authority figures for very long. Like that just like was not his thing.
Yeah.
Teachers didn't really make an impact. They couldn't reach him. Employers didn't keep him, like whether they didn't want to, or he was just like, no, I'm good. Right. So he bounced between jobs, construction, odd labor, manual work, things that he didn't really have to like have authority above him.
Gotcha.
Okay, so he was never like settling anywhere, and he was never stable. Kind of like his childhood wasn't really stable, which we see that a lot. Like that makes sense to us. Roch, though, did marry. Okay.
You said that so slow.
Because Zach's giving me the weirdest facial expressions. If you could have just seen, I didn't know what was happening, and it kind of just like stuttered me. I need a beverage. You messed me up. Okay. So Roch married young, and he had children early. So from the outside, it looked like he was trying to build a normal life, which is great, but it didn't really last. So he struggled to provide, he struggled with anger, and he struggled with control. Marriages, relationships, whatever, they all failed. His relationships collapsed.
Not terribly surprising after what you just said.
No, it's not. Okay, so, and each failure, so whether it was like, I think he was married multiple times, but he had multiple relationships. So each failure reinforced something in his mind. The world doesn't understand me. Okay. I don't know. I feel like when you and I have had relationships in the past that didn't work, I don't know if that's where our mind went. Like,
no,
it's not that the world.
It was always their fault.
Right. But I guess that's kind of what he's saying, though. The world doesn't understand me. It's their fault.
I feel like that puts the blame on him. Like, the world doesn't understand me. It was not me. It was them.
That's just true.
I'm just being petty, though.
No, I like the way you're thinking. Okay, so that belief, though, would become the foundation of everything that followed. So this kind of brings us to the late 1960s and the early 1970s, where Roch turned toward religion, specifically the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Thank you. So at first, this kind of looked harmless. Cool. He attended services. He studied scripture intensely. He talked about God constantly.
It's strange for somebody who doesn't like people in places of authority to find the church.
Okay, but I think that he was searching for something, right?
Okay.
Like, I think he's thinking the world doesn't understand me. Oh, I have all this failed stuff. I don't think he's thinking as far as like the authority part of it. I think he's just searching.
Like community.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could see it.
Community and unconditional love. You're going to get both from.
It doesn't make sense, but it also makes sense, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, so he was talking about God constantly. But even then, there were some warning signs because he really wasn't necessarily looking for comfort and he wasn't looking for guidance, right? So it's like, we could say that he went there because he was feeling like an outcast, but then once he got there, he was like, this isn't what, like, I'm not looking for this. You know what I mean? Like, you could just like see like,
yeah,
pompous ass. And he wasn't looking for authority. And so like you just said, like going to the church is like the authority of everything.
Yeah,
like,
it's an odd choice.
Okay, so he began claiming he received visions. Now, claiming, I'm going to put in parentheses because I don't know. Maybe he did have visions. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't prove that, and I don't want to say he didn't. But he was having these visions, and he was saying that God spoke to him directly. Okay.
It is interesting if you're going to the church, if you find the humans in the church who usually got power, they were ones who had visions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
Okay. So that, I'm sorry. So that, and then he also like thought that he understood scripture better than the pastors did.
Oh, of course.
Because he's getting these visions
from
God. And slowly his beliefs became less about faith and more about him. Which, again, if we go back, like we understand that he was like abused and neglected as a child. His relationships and stuff failed. So he's thinking whatever. And so he's looking for the focus on him like this. And maybe he did, maybe he did join the church to kind of get companionship, but then realize that's not really what he wants. He wants the focus.
And then got some ideas.
Yeah. Okay. So church leaders kind of noticed this. They questioned him. And then they started pushing back on him. So like, you know, they're probably talking about his visions, like what's going on here? And like when he's like probably being an ass and, you know, I know the scriptures better than you and he doesn't.
Right.
They're probably like, what are you talking about? Right. So they pushed back and eventually they expelled him.
Not totally shocking.
And so that movement became like very pivotal. Like him being an outcast and pushed out became very pivotal in his life.
Yeah, because if you don't have family and now you're out of the church, like what is the next step?
Yeah, because you're not seeing your kids. I think he has multiple wives. His family wasn't great. So the church, these people that you were hoping they would follow you, are not. It's not a really good potion.
No.
Altogether. This is not going to be great. So here's your trigger warning if you don't want to hear pressing ass shit. There's nothing positive about this story, y'all. I'm telling you right now.
All right, if you're in a bad mood, seasonal depression getting you down, check out right now.
Bye. Okay, so instead of like humbling him, it radicalized him. So to Roch, it proved the church was corrupt, organized religion was broke, which I could agree with both of those things, right?
He's not 100% wrong so far.
Right. But I don't know if I would have did what he did. And so he was too powerful to be contained. Oh. That's why I lose him. You know, I think that the church could be corrupt and I think organized religion is broken. But I stop at he was too powerful to be contained.
It's a good jumping off point for you.
Okay. So then after leaving the church, Roch didn't abandon religion, though. He rewrote it.
Oh.
And he began telling people that he was, it's pronounced like Moise, M-O-I with the little things over S-E, which he said was Moses reborn.
It's always somebody reborn, you know?
Reborn, reincarnated, like.
At least he wasn't one who claimed he was Marilyn Monroe, because that just happens. Or Cleopatra.
I would kill to be Cleopatra. Yeah, so he's Moses reborn, dumbass. And that he had been chosen to lead a faithful few through the coming collapse of society. Okay? So he started to preach. Can you guess? The world was ending.
Of course. Well, that is the quickest way to join or grow a cult following.
Governments were evil, which, again, I can get with that. Medicine was poison.
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And modern life was sinful. And he told people salvation required obedience and suffering.
I'm surprised it wasn't silence in there as well.
Right. Well.
Uh-oh.
So this message attracted a specific kind of follower, which I don't think I even have to specify this, but I'm going to. Like, we understand how, no, we should understand how this stuff happens, right? So the following that he attracted were people who are already tired, right? So they're already broken. They're distrustful of the world, people who want someone else to make decisions for them, like just broken people, right? Like just lonely, down on their luck, just down on...
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You've painted the picture.
Yeah. Okay, so he found them. He found the people that he wanted. And so by 1977, Roch had gathered enough followers to form a commune.
Perfect.
And he named it the Anthill Kids, okay?
Which is just a weird name.
Nope. This name is symbolic. Do you know why?
No.
Because Roch believes humans are like ants. Disposable, replaceable, and meant to work until they collapse.
Oh, he would be great in Russia.
So he taught that individuality was a weakness, that thinking for yourself was a sin, that suffering purified the soul. And the group initially had settled in rural Quebec, living in harsh, isolated conditions.
Okay.
And Roch just controlled everything. Okay. So the daily life kind of like inside the cult was life inside the Anthill Kids was exhausting by design. Okay.
Yeah.
So the members worked long hours doing manual labor. They slept very little, ate poor, often barely enough to survive.
It reminds me a lot of Mother God.
Yes.
Right?
Well, because
you already have these. Yeah, exactly. People who are already a little bit open to suggestion, and then you just beat them down.
And we all know, like, when you're tired and you're fatigued and you're famished, like, we haven't even, I'm sure most of us haven't even been to the point of like extreme, but you know that your brain doesn't.
No.
It almost can't function.
It literally doesn't have the fuel it needs.
Right. So it's like, you can only imagine, like, when you also have somebody telling you what to do at that point, like, you're like, yeah, I get it. So Roch decided when they woke up, when they slept, when they spoke, who they spoke to, who they could love. He, as we would assume, banned outside contact. Letters were intercepted. So family was cut off. If anybody, family, friends, whatever, like wrote letters or sent packages to the commune, intersected, no one ever saw it. Children were raised communally meaning Roch had access to them.
Yeah, indoctrinate them early.
Which is gross, though, when you think of it that way, right? Sexual control became another tool. Roch took multiple wives, often forcing women into sexual relationships as punishment, reward, or spiritual correction.
Punishment and reward, those are two vastly different things with the same output.
And spiritual correction.
Yeah. Ooh.
So you need to be corrected spiritually. So you have to come have sex with me. Mm-mm. Also, you did a very bad thing. You have to come have sex with me. Oh my God, you did great washing those dishes. Please come have sex with me.
No.
That's so fucked up and disgusting.
It just seems like a good way to get off whenever he wants to.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose of it. All right. So he fathered over 20 children.
Jeez Louise.
So remember, he has actual children. No, not that these aren't actual, but like
he had, children before the cult.
Yes. Okay. And, oh God. And the group grew more isolated every year, obviously. Mm-hmm. At first, punishments were psychological. Public humiliation, verbal abuse, forcing people to confess, like to things, confessions, just like dirty secrets, things like that he would know. He would force it to you, tell everybody, just like that type of stuff, which is awful on its own. But psychological control just like really wasn't enough for Roch. And so he just like needed the pain. Okay. How are you feeling?
I'm just afraid for when the actual anthills come into this, because I'm thinking fire ants or something like pain.
No, it's really just ant. Ant is just that because ants are just labor workers and that's all they do all day.
Disgusted by him so far. I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you should be. All right. So he had followers that suffering brought them closer to God. So he told followers. So he's thinking like,
oh, like we were talking about a couple weeks ago, the flagellants.
Yeah. Just the psychological abuse wasn't enough. He wanted that pain. And so he was just like, listen, you guys have to suffer because the more you suffer, the closer to God you're going to be. Okay. And that pain, it buried away sin, Zachary.
Oh God. Okay? Literally.
Obedience meant endurance.
Ooh, this is not going to go well.
And people really believed him because at this point they're famished and they're so fucking exhausted. They just don't even have a goddamn choice. This is kind of where the punishments turn physical. And it's really...
Well, the punishments were already physical if they had to like bang him. But...
Well, I might have wanted to do that.
Oh no. Oh no.
So disobedience, even like something small, could result in brutal punishment. So followers were beaten publicly, whatever. Let me just beat the shit out of you in front of everybody. Forced to kneel for hours, which is not as bad as it seems compared to everything else.
Yeah, he learned that one from the church, I'm sure.
Yeah, but could you imagine, though, when you really think about it?
No, it's horrible.
Starved as a discipline. Then came, though, like the injuries. Okay. So some members were... This is like one of the main things he was like known for. They were ordered to break their own legs with sledgehammers.
No.
Mm-hmm.
How do you even physically do that? Like, I don't think I could. It's like, they say that it's the same force to bite through a carrot as it is like a human finger or whatever. I couldn't actually bite off my own finger, but I can bite a carrot. Like I would stop. I'm rubbing my legs.
Zach's face is so mad. It's so upsetting right now, his face. I wish you all could see it. Okay. That's not really the worst. Like, that's so bad.
No.
Others were burned on hot stoves.
I'd almost rather that than a broken leg. Keep going.
No. I would rather that than having to break my own leg. Some were shot intentionally, like in the shoulder.
That's close to your heart.
People were nailed to trees.
I don't like this.
Tied up, which I'd rather be tied up than all of that.
Please.
So they were all, though, left injured without medical care.
Of course.
So everything I just read before, that all happened, and then you were just like left to...
So you're not walking again. Okay.
And the children were not spared. They were beaten, burned, psychologically terrorized. And to me, I don't know. I get it, but the most disturbing part to me is that the other members participated in this. But I guess when you're this vulnerable and in this position, it's like you want to appease him so that you don't get fucked with.
Well, I mean, if you think the end of the world is coming, you're going to do a lot of shisty things.
I don't know. Didn't we think the world was ending in like 1999 and then
2012?
Yeah, and I never did any of this, but it's fine.
But I don't think we actually believed.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
And we had food and sleep.
I was just say that was so rude of me to say because like I feel so bad and I feel for the people that end up in cults. Like I understand how it could happen. So that was so insensitive of me to say that. Okay. Roch taught them that hurting each other was love. So next time I see you, like in 2 days, I'm going to just punch you right in the face.
I'm going to break your leg.
I love you so fucking much.
I'm going to hold you on a stove.
I'm going to waterboard you because I just love you so much.
Do it. I love being waterboarded.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're being insensitive. Go on.
All right. This brings us to, are you ready what phase this is? Do you want to guess? I don't know if you could guess.
Ooh,
guess.
Is this, it's got to be, if I know anything about cults, at some point it goes to murder.
The doctor phase.
Oh.
Which... You're not far off.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. So at some point in the 1980s, Roch decided he was more than a prophet. He decided he was a doctor. And he banned real medical care entirely.
You know, I also decide I'm a lawyer making 6 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a skinny ass model.
Making 7
on the
figures.
Runway.
We decided, look at us, we're rich now.
Okay, so instead he performed his own treatment.
Oh gosh. Is colloidal silver involved? Please tell me.
I don't think so. So treatments included injecting toxic substances, cutting into bodies, performing unnecessary circumcisions, performing exorcisms through surgery. All of this included no anesthesia, no sterile tools, no training. People screamed, people begged, and people died. Yeah, what?
Yeah, my voice is completely cracked.
Crack in your voice says it all, Zachary.
I would almost rather, going back to Mother God, the what was it, the psychic surgeries? I would much rather that at this point.
Mother God just drank potatoes, right?
Yeah, and cured people of their 5th dimensional cancer.
Yeah.
Over the phone.
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's go to that.
That sounds better.
Okay, so one of the most heartbreaking victims was Solange Boiliard. And Solange, she believed in Roch completely, okay? So when Roch declared her spiritually impure, she didn't resist, okay? So she just trusted. And so Roch performed what he called an exorcism. But he cut into her abdomen, performed an enema, left her untreated. Solange became septic.
Yeah, that tracks.
Her organs then failed, and she died slowly from infection.
Oof, that's painful.
And you know what,
too.
Zachary? You know what? Her loyalty did not save her. It fucking killed her.
I think I remember why now I looked into this and did not write it. Good job, Kara.
I got you, Grace. Okay. So Lise Canton, she was another follower, and she endured extreme abuse. And so Roch would just beat her regularly. I don't really know why. Humiliated her publicly. And at one point, he ordered her to sit on a lit stove. Sit.
How do you physically do this?
So she obviously suffered severe burns, and instead of treating her, Roch blamed her because he claimed her suffering proved her spiritual weakness. But if we go back up, suffering was part of bringing us to God, and what?
There seems to be a few contradictions.
So she did survive. I don't want to know what her poor little bum looks like, but she obviously carried deep psychological trauma after it ended, but she survived. So then this kind of brings us to like the children, and this is like, I try to keep everything as like light as I can.
Oh, this is light?
Yeah. So the children didn't obviously choose this life. You know, they were just like born into it. Like none of us choose the lives we're in. Thanks, mother. Roch fathered.
Listen, after everything you've just said, don't kidding. Even say that. Lynn could have been putting your bum on the stove.
Lynn's great. Okay. So like I said, he fathered over 20 children with female followers. And they grew up surrounded by the violence, punishment, and fear, all the same shit, right? So one infant died during a forced circumcision that he performed himself. And obviously they were abused and they were essayed and all of the disgusting things that I had to leave out the details of that. That's just a quick little blip. We know.
We can see where it would go.
So this brings us to Gabrielle Lalave. She is the only, really like the one reason that this cult finally collapsed.
Oh, I was going to say right before you start on her, can we get to the fall of this cult? Because he needs to go down.
Yeah. So Gabrielle didn't join the Anthill Kids because she wanted pain. She joined because she was searching for purpose. And so like many of Roch's followers, she was vulnerable emotionally, financially, and spiritually, right? So she just needed it.
Yeah.
And he saw that immediately. And so at first he didn't overpower her. He reassured her. He positioned himself as someone who understood her. And slowly her life became smaller. Gabrielle was isolated from her family and she worked constantly. She was told obedience was love and suffering was holy, which we already know that this is so contradictory, whatever. But then the abuse escalated like it did with all the followers, and she was beat repeatedly. And so he just punished her for even imagined sins.
What?
Imagined sins.
That she imagined or that he?
He imagined sins. Beat.
That's like when you get mad at your partner because they like cheated on you in their dreams. Or you cheated on them in their dreams.
100%. He told her that her body was impure and that he needed to fix her. So at one point, Roch partially amputated Gabrielle's arm during one of his so-called medical procedures. And again, we have no anesthesia. She did not consent to this, and we had no aftercare. She nearly died, obviously, because your arm is amputated just probably with a fucking axe.
Yeah, like it's the Civil War.
So she didn't die. And somehow, despite years of conditioning, terror, and pain, Gabrielle fucking ran.
Good.
She's a bad fucking bitch. So she escaped the compound and she went directly to the authorities. And she didn't fucking minimize this bullshit. She fucking told it all. She didn't soften it.
Thankfully, somebody was disillusioned.
She fucking said everything. And her testimony led to Roch's arrest in 1989. That's the year that I was born. I am 37 years old, and I keep telling people that I'm 40, and people keep saying I'm looking great. Gabrielle survived, okay? So she lived the rest of her life, though, carrying the physical and psychological scars of that cult. She doesn't have a fucking arm.
Well, yeah. You're going to have to live with that a little bit.
So she didn't just escape, though. She fucking stopped him. And he was arrested in 1989. And investigators uncovered years of torture, sexual abuse, medical mutilation, physical imprisonment. No, I'm sorry, psychological imprisonment. Yes.
When did he start?
1977, I think, is when he kind of for sure.
God, 13 years before somebody finally said something.
So he was convicted of second-degree murder for Solange Boiliard, killing an infant during a failed circumcision, multiple counts of assault. He was sentenced to life in prison.
Is he still alive? Is he still in jail?
So Roch never expressed remorse, though, of course, because, like, why would he? But in 2011, while serving his sentence, he was stabbed to death by another inmate. I
don't know what that inmate did, but he should be pardoned.
So his death was quiet and unceremonious, but, unlike the lives that he destroyed. But the Anthill Kids, they weren't stupid, right? They weren't weak. They were just human. And this cult didn't begin with torture. It began with belief, right? And trust.
It's always a slow burn.
Answers. Yes. And that's why this story really matters, because cults don't announce themselves as evil.
They don't announce themselves as cult.
Yes, like a very slow burn. They reward the obedience. And by the time you realize that you're trapped,
you can't find a way out.
You don't know how to leave.
No.
Ugh. And so this story, I have goosebumps. This story is fucking heartbreaking. It's disgusting. The details are more. I tried to give you like the cherry on top version.
The black anthill, not the red anthill.
Yeah. But that is the disturbing, fucked up story of the Anthill Kids.
I don't think I've ever finished an episode by saying this, but I am so glad he died.
I'm also so glad this episode's over. That's what I thought you were going to say. I'm so glad this episode's over.
No, I feel like I've definitely said that before. We have had some tough to trudge through ones.
So that is...
Okay.
Disheartening.
Thank you. It was one time where Grace, Mary, and the whole family were giving me ideas. So if I got it wrong... God, but whichever one of you suggested that to me, why are you looking at this?
Okay, so I know we're kind of long. I tried to find Reddit stories of people that like ended up in cults.
Yeah.
And I didn't per se find any, but I find this wild because 12 hours ago, y'all know I'm a Reddit freak. I saw this post that said my boyfriend admitted he's been running experiments on me from a self-help group, and now I don't trust my own reality.
Oh, yikes.
And so I just want to read this because I feel like people think of cults as like a big thing, but sometimes I think you could just be in a cult with one person. Does that make sense?
I mean, they have to start somewhere.
Do you think a relationship can just be a cult?
No.
Of that one person?
No, but I think it could be the start of one.
Yeah. Okay.
It can be abuse.
Do you want me to read this no, this is what we're going to do. We're going to end right here. Goodbye. But what we're going to do is I'm going to read this story to Zachary, this Reddit story on our Patreon.
Perfect. Okay.
And so if you all want to join Patreon, which you should, and give me more ideas of what you want to.
So we'll post this the episode or the day this episode drops. It'll be on there. It'll be fresh. Yes. We're getting more active on there. We got new videos coming
up. Yes, we've both been going through it. We've had a lot of things we're getting on.
The other thing is, too, don't forget, I am doing tarot readings on there. I need more requests because so far I've only had one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to.
So, anyway, stories, reviews, love you, appreciate you. We have to close the shop. Kara, what else do these people need to do?
Love me, send me love after my surgery, send me great stories, send me messages, send me books that I can read while I'm at surgery. I'm going to be out for a couple months of work and shit. And, just make me feel happy. Reach out to me if you need any advice on endometriosis. Reach out to Zachary if you need
tarot readings,
life support, tarot readings, because he's really good at that. He's very good at giving life advice. But other than that, like, the only thing you really need to do is creep a real, my little oddballs.
Goodbye.
Bye.